Hello, everyone. Welcome. So today I will give a bit of feedback to all the people who requested it. So let's continue with the feedback requests. Here's the only Anant asked for it, but it's good at least someone. I know it's like late. I should have created like one day earlier or something, so everyone can post on time. But it's okay. For example, I got to ask for the original might do one more iteration. So basically, like, there is floating mesh, which is like the bowl type of shape. You just place it on top, and you can basically bake it on there. Like for all these details, can be simply baked, or you can do it in Substance Painter as well. The main thing I want you to, not just border, just wherever they are meeting, I want you to pay attention to that. And I can see some gap is here, some places. So wherever you will have this thing, because this connection line, you will have some more damage and some other things. So I want you to pay more attention to these parts wherever you have these. If we I don't know if you can notice here, and there is like this marble look on top of it. You can see the lines of the marble. We can't see it much here. It's there, but maybe we can make it a little bit more contrasty so we can see it. Overall, the roughness variation overall, we'll see in there will help, but wherever they have cut it, there is a tiny crease is there, so that's what we need basically. Vadim, awesome, like you will be finished, like that's some productivity. That's awesome if you will be finished soon. And yeah, like I see some of the assets are there which you can basically, basically here there was detail, and suddenly there was no, this is noisy, like too noisy. Like you can reduce the grunge overall, right? We don't need to keep it this noisy, although it could be that galvanized metal, I believe, with the speckles. So it could be, but it's like too dirty, I believe. Although it will be better to have it in the area where it most accommodated, like on the top or in the corners, and where it's exposed more. But overall, it can be less noisy, like even this on the floor. So you can use some different noise so it don't look like a blurry type of noise. But overall, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Keep going, and there. And okay, awesome. Like because Fawaz I gave like is the road we made in the last stream. We can use resources because the sky is visible. We don't want to see the sky. We want to hear. So we will do the night lighting type of thing. We put spotlights and there, and I can still feel these are not proportionate, right? And this is visible. Only this matters. So we'll focus on that. We need to. And Edward, sorry. So yeah, so I don't know if we had the session which was recorded or cancelled. What I can think, Edward, you can do is, you know, in our original concept, we had trees on top of the, some rocks and mountain type of thing. We can remove it. We can say, okay, this tree is coming from the ground here and just growing on top, and we can just, there could be a tree in the back and which is growing on the top more, but we can exclude something which seems like growing on top of the structure. So this way we can, make it more sense, even though you use the trees from there which are look good, but extend it like here, so that it's from ground, it's maybe it's on the other side and this is on this side and growing on top, going up top, right? This is just a platform with the the cable car, and these cables are attached somewhere, right? So it will be maybe here some pillar or something like that. We can make it more sturdy, and otherwise yeah, otherwise it's going good. Like we can do our own thing like this. It look as Tory gate is on top of the Tory gate, but this one is on the back there on this structure. It was. We can decide not to put it there as well, and these leaves we can send them other way around. Well, in the concept art, the scene seems is like larger, but our seems smaller. It's totally fine. We can go with that. But overall we can reduce the things, number of things. And even all the things which don't have texture yet, do it. Again, rocks, sculpt some of them. Even one of these will be fine. You just rotate it and place it multiple times. Rocks, you just make few blocks, like one small, large, and then move it around, scale it, and place it around. That will be much better and faster, I believe, and will be much more fidelity will be there. And I think, yeah, the last time I also gave, like, this seems orange, not reddish, so maybe we can saturate the color. Like the blue is saturated, but this is not that much, so we can saturate it, so we can differentiate it between this brown wood or orange wood or this wood. And even here it look like sand, but we can have pebbly or more hard sand or hard surface or dirt surface which are there, so we can use it. So it's not, it's also seem like floating, so we can do some modeling or something. So it seems, or either like dirt is accumulated on top, or the third thing, you can put grass. There is no grass, so you can introduce some grass and small plants here and there in the corners. And here on the back more, and but in the corners, on top of the surface, even the corner of the cracks in the uh, between two rocks, everywhere you can introduce those tiny grasses, and everywhere those can grow, and that will make it feel more like. You can also put small pebbles and everything in here as well, so that will make your thing a bit more shine. So the scrooge. And other thing we have, let's see if we had any new. The railway was the, and the we covered the thing before. Okay, so maybe on the Friday. So I gave my feedbacks to them, so like in there. Basically, last time also, like I have given, I don't know why this maybe that stream was not happen. So but I also gave here that we can remove this one. Okay, and path we can put it here. Maybe the path comes from down here and then go lead there, and maybe come from here and then go, and we can cover with foliage here on this one, and we can remove the pond on this side, and I can only and maybe enlarge in the pond here, and we can put lilies and maybe koi fish inside there. There was a animated fish pack which was free on Unreal Marketplace, which you can use to add there. Maybe it's like too colorful compared to our, but overall, you see this path is going there. What will happen? You can, the path is coming from here and then going there, and then there's small path which lead to this. So we can empty this area which is like too noisy right at the moment. And the rock is better than before, but again, we need more bigger shapes. Okay, more chunkier and more variation in there, and I can also need to match this mossiness. Why it's not on these rocks is really a mystery. If there will be the plants growing on top of these rocks, they will grow on top of there also, so there will be moss on the top areas, and we need larger surface. And even like this is like too straight, so we need like this chunkier, like more chunkier arch we need. And if we remove this one, so and we make a path, and that directly go to the torii gate is visible clearly, which is good. And this tree we can move on the towards the right a little bit, so torii gate is clearly visible. And basically everything have this Japanese vibe. And I'm definitely sure, like if you use all the Quixel assets, you can basically make it more calmer. Like everything, like there's a noise here, there's a lot of noise here, we can make it much more calmer. And I know you added this slab which is not look good. Make it stones, proper rock, and place them properly. They're like going on top of this. I can see the seam, and like it's like place them properly and work on them. Okay. And even this is there, that you can bring this one even here. Like you just see the top and this like defocus or something like that. So and then path goes there. It's totally fine. Okay, you don't need to add this lantern here. And here it's totally fine. And yeah, so that's basically gonna clean up the path for toward going the Torii, and it's also gonna move this tree a little bit back, and you're gonna clean up, and you're gonna pond here, and this area gonna become darker. this area gonna become dark because there's gonna be more plant. You can add this much, like a little bit here. Okay, so we don't focus much on this area, only this part we need to focus on. Yeah, and you can zoom in also if you want to. If I even say like you can zoom in, basically if you keep this much part as totally fine. So there is still a bunch of things, like even this tree does not make sense, like why it is there growing there. So you can remove this one and maybe add the smaller ones on top of the plants growing on top of the rock with more organic and larger chunky shapes. So go. Okay, let's go. Usine. We'll have to see the update from the people, and yeah, so that's pretty much it from the people in there. Let's look at the chat.